Caitlin Clark does not have to stay with the Indiana Fever.
There is one frightening reality that keeps the owners of professional sports franchises under constant pressure. It is not an unexpected losing streak, nor is it the devastating injury of a superstar player. The true nightmare begins when the franchise's most valuable asset, the player responsible for reviving an entire organization, suddenly realizes the full extent of their influence and power. In the billion-dollar world of professional sports, talent may dominate the court, but leverage often shapes the destiny of a franchise. We previously witnessed this strategy through LeBron James, who famously used short-term contracts to maintain pressure on management and demand stronger team support. Now, basketball fans are watching a similar situation unfold in Indianapolis, where a young point guard appears to be using a calculated approach to secure greater control over her future. Welcome back to WNBA Pro, where we take a closer look at one of the most controversial franchise stories of the 2026 season. From growing frustration among fans to concerns surrounding management decisions, the debate continues to intensify. Discussions have now shifted toward a viral podcast moment that many believe carried a direct message to the Indiana Fever front office. Reports and speculation suggest that Caitlin Clark may be signaling dissatisfaction with the current direction of the franchise, particularly regarding leadership and internal decision-making. If recent tensions surrounding coaching decisions and team chemistry seemed dramatic, this latest development has only increased the pressure on ownership. While many headlines focus on surface-level conflict, the larger issue appears to be the growing power struggle taking place behind the scenes.
Fever. Caitlin Clark joined Aaliyah Boston and Candace Parker on their podcast Post Moves. Great episode, by the way. And there was something that I noticed. Caitlin Clark was not committing to the Indiana Fever long term when her and Aaliyah Boston talked about Aaliyah Boston's contract.
Caitlin Clark recently appeared on a widely discussed episode of the Post Moves podcast, hosted by teammate Aaliyah Boston alongside WNBA legend Candace Parker. The atmosphere of the conversation remained relaxed and friendly as the discussion focused on the challenges of professional basketball, media attention, and the long-term future of players within the league. Eventually, the topic moved toward contracts, stability, and future plans. Aaliyah Boston openly shared her excitement about her own contract situation, explaining that she had committed to staying with the Indiana Fever organization for the foreseeable future. Smiling warmly, Boston expressed how much she enjoyed playing alongside Clark and highlighted her excitement for the future. It seemed like a natural opportunity for a predictable response, where most franchise stars would confidently reassure fans and management about long-term loyalty and championship ambitions. In many situations, organizations expect their star players to publicly express commitment, enthusiasm, and confidence in the team's direction. However, moments like these often attract major attention because every response from a superstar athlete is closely analyzed for hidden meaning, future intentions, and possible signs about what may come next.
Whatever.
She's on that till 2029. 2029.
Yeah,
Aren't
no,
you
that's
with
what
the
I'm
Fever
saying.
till 2029?
Hey, I love playing with you.
Yeah, well, I'm only signed till...
Yeah. Don't worry about that.
Well, next year.
Don't worry.
She said, well, hey, look, I'm only signed till next year. I love playing with you too, but I'm only signed till next year. You're here till 2029. I'm not necessarily, respectfully. You know what I mean? Listen, I think Caitlin Clark should hold off on re-signing with the Indiana Fever. If she's going to re-sign, you hold off.
However, Caitlin Clark responded in a way that immediately caught everyone's attention. Instead of giving the expected enthusiastic answer, she remained calm and composed while replying to Aaliyah Boston with a statement that quickly sparked debate among fans and analysts. Clark simply mentioned that her current contract situation remained uncertain and that future decisions would eventually be worked out. Rather than fully committing to a long-term future with the Indiana Fever, her response appeared open-ended and left room for interpretation. For many observers, this was significant because franchise superstars are often expected to publicly reassure both fans and management about their long-term loyalty. Clark's response, however, carried a noticeably different tone. For those unfamiliar with league contract structures, the EPIC extension refers to a highly valuable Supermax-style contract available to standout players who achieve elite recognition early in their careers. Such contracts usually represent career-changing financial security and are commonly accepted without hesitation by most professional athletes. Yet many believe Caitlin Clark's situation may be more complex due to the growing expectations surrounding her role in Indianapolis. Over recent months, conversations regarding coaching decisions, offensive strategies, and front office priorities have become increasingly visible in public discussions. Critics have questioned whether the organization is fully maximizing Clark's talent and influence on the court. At the same time, tensions surrounding team leadership, locker room dynamics, and organizational choices have fueled ongoing speculation about the franchise's future direction. Some fans believe Clark may be using patience and careful decision-making as leverage before making any long-term commitment. The message many interpreted from her response was simple: organizational stability, proper leadership, and a clear competitive vision could play an important role in shaping her future with the team. Whether intentional or not, her words quickly became a major talking point across basketball media, as supporters and analysts began debating what it could mean for the Indiana Fever moving forward.
She's signing it. So at the end of the day, I think Caitlin Clark needs to continue to leave the door open on potentially not signing with the Indiana Fever. Now, shout out to Rhodes Rants. He posted this, and then he said, well, we're witnessing the biggest bag fumble of all time by the Indiana Fever. Wow. And I agree. Now, what this is the yearly league attendance by the team. Now, you already know, the Indiana Fever, they're doing absolutely anything to get people to come out to these games. They're doing all type of gimmicks that we hadn't seen them do. We hadn't had to see them go to within Caitlin Clark's.
A well-known WNBA analytics account recently shared updated league attendance figures, and the numbers immediately sparked major conversations regarding team popularity and market performance. Several franchises have continued to post impressive attendance records throughout the season. The Golden State Valkyries, despite being a newly introduced expansion team, have generated strong fan support with sold-out crowds. Meanwhile, the New York Liberty continue to maintain one of the league's strongest attendance records, while teams such as the Atlanta Dream and Las Vegas Aces have also experienced consistent crowd success. In comparison, the Indiana Fever's attendance numbers have become a major point of discussion among fans and analysts. Many expected the organization to remain at the very top following the incredible excitement generated during Caitlin Clark's rookie season. During that period, Fever games became some of the most highly demanded tickets in professional basketball. Home arenas were packed, road games attracted massive audiences, and ticket demand increased dramatically as fans rushed to watch one of the league's fastest-rising stars perform. Now, however, many observers are questioning why the same momentum appears to have slowed. Discussions online have focused on whether organizational decisions, coaching strategies, and internal challenges may have affected fan enthusiasm. For a franchise that recently experienced unprecedented popularity and financial growth, any noticeable drop in attendance naturally raises concerns. Supporters continue to debate how a team that once stood at the center of the basketball spotlight could experience such a rapid shift in public momentum, with many placing increased attention on the decisions being made behind the scenes.
Every home and away game just off of the name Caitlin Clark alone. You guys have screwed the pooch, man. You blew it. You don't think that you guys putting Raven Johnson, who plays 5 minutes a game, averaging 1 point a game, on flyers instead of Caitlin Clark plays an effect on the attendance? You guys don't think the fact that you keep trying to put Kelsey Mitchell front and center on all the promotional kits and put Caitlin Clark off to the side, that hasn't?
Fans have not suddenly stopped supporting Caitlin Clark. Instead, many believe their frustration is increasingly directed toward the Indiana Fever organization itself. Supporters often remain loyal to star athletes, especially those who have played a major role in transforming a franchise's visibility and popularity. However, when fans feel that organizational decisions are limiting a superstar's potential or reducing their impact, disappointment can quickly grow. Across social media and sports discussions, some fans have openly questioned the Fever's marketing approach, team management, and overall direction. Critics argue that a franchise cannot expect unlimited loyalty if supporters begin to feel disconnected from decision-making at the top. Many believe Caitlin Clark should remain the clear centerpiece of the organization due to her influence on attendance, media attention, and growing fan engagement. When supporters feel their favorite player is not receiving the recognition or support they deserve, frustration naturally increases. For some, the issue has become bigger than wins and losses. It is now about trust between the organization and its fan base. As a result, many fans appear to be sending a clear message through their reactions, ticket buying habits, and online criticism. Their loyalty, according to many observers, remains strongly tied to Caitlin Clark's success and long-term future. Discussions continue regarding whether the organization can rebuild confidence by making decisions that better align with fan expectations. If concerns surrounding leadership and player development continue to grow, the pressure on management will likely become even stronger moving forward.
Yearly league attendance by the team. Now, you already know, the Indiana Fever, they're doing absolutely anything to get people to come out to these games. They're doing all type of gimmicks that we hadn't seen them do. We hadn't had to see them go to within Caitlin Clark's first 2 seasons. All of a sudden, they're giving away free tenderloin sandwiches. They're giving away free oil changes. They're doing house.
Another major topic of discussion surrounding the Indiana Fever has been the organization's recent efforts to maintain fan engagement and arena attendance. Some critics believe the franchise has struggled to fully capitalize on the enormous popularity generated during Caitlin Clark's rise to stardom. Rather than building marketing campaigns primarily around their most recognizable player, many fans feel the team has attempted to focus on a broader collective identity. This decision has created mixed reactions among supporters and sports analysts alike. Reports of promotional nights, ticket discounts, family packages, and special giveaways have also become part of the conversation as the organization works to attract larger crowds. Many professional sports teams regularly use promotional strategies to improve attendance, but some observers argue that the Fever's current situation reflects deeper concerns about fan enthusiasm and organizational momentum. Discussions online have intensified, with some supporters questioning why a team featuring one of basketball's biggest stars is still facing criticism regarding attendance and public engagement. For many analysts, the larger issue is not simply ticket sales, but how the franchise plans to manage expectations surrounding Caitlin Clark's future. Her comments regarding long-term commitment sparked immediate attention because fans recognize her importance to the team's identity and commercial success. Whether intentional or not, her response encouraged renewed conversations about leadership, team culture, and what changes may be necessary to ensure long-term stability for both Clark and the Indiana Fever organization.
This is mind-boggling. And this organization, I think Caitlin Clark needs to seriously consider walking away from the Indiana Fever. Don't sign that epic deal. Pack your bags and go elsewhere. Walk away from them. I mean, if they don't get it together, you got to hold their feet to the fire. I would, coach, get out of my way. Y'all gonna start promoting.
Many analysts believe Caitlin Clark currently holds significant influence over the Indiana Fever's future direction. By keeping her long-term contract situation open, she has maintained flexibility and avoided making an immediate commitment that could reduce her negotiating power. In professional sports, superstar players often carefully evaluate coaching structures, team culture, front office leadership, and championship potential before committing to lengthy extensions. For Clark, many observers feel that patience may be a strategic approach while the organization continues to define its long-term vision. If she were to commit immediately, some critics argue it could limit her ability to influence meaningful organizational changes moving forward. Discussions surrounding coaching philosophy, player development, and team management have remained active topics among fans and basketball commentators. Because Clark has quickly become one of the league's most recognizable and marketable players, many believe she now occupies a unique position where her decisions could shape not only her own future but also the direction of the franchise itself. At the same time, speculation has grown regarding what opportunities may exist across the league if Clark ever decided to explore a different path. Expansion teams and established organizations alike would likely view a player of her caliber as transformational for business growth, fan engagement, and competitive success. Teams with strong financial backing, modern systems, and long-term ambitions could naturally become attractive possibilities if major changes were ever considered. However, much of this conversation remains hypothetical, as no official decision regarding her future has been announced. For the Indiana Fever, the situation has increased pressure to strengthen trust with both fans and their star player. Questions surrounding attendance, team chemistry, leadership decisions, and competitive strategy continue to dominate public discussions. Many supporters believe the organization faces an important period in determining how to maximize Clark's talent while building long-term stability around her. As fan conversations continue to grow online, one thing remains clear: Caitlin Clark's future has become one of the most closely watched storylines in the WNBA, and every public comment continues to generate major attention from basketball audiences worldwide.